I'm truly honored to be here today. Like I just said, got to know Brother Chette when I was the office coordinator here for 3 years, developed that relationship. I got a good chance to see Brother Chette and Coach Chiswick's relationship, being the head coach, and that really helped me. And I was the head coach for 8 years, and it was just some special time for me. To Brother Chette's family, we love you. Thank you for letting Brother Chette be a part of our lives. You can see the impact that he's made. I always said that, Brother Chette, he's one of the things that made Auburn great. And you can look around the room today and you can see he was a great uniter. I thought about the former players. He had that link. He would link the newer players, the former players, the former coaches and all that. And you see that today with everybody that is here. And Brother Chette was way more than a team chaplain. I mean, he is the team chaplain all of college football. You can go around the country and everybody knows Brother Chette. He's the model for a team chaplain, but he was way more than a team chaplain. I think back and just the father figure that he was for our players the time I was here. Whether it was a football issue, a girlfriend issue, a parent issue, a loss of a loved one, he always had time. He was always there. He was always available, and that meant a lot to our players. He was a spiritual mentor, not just for our players, but our coaches. There was many times that I would see him really praying with assistant coaches when they were going through their own trials. And so that was really something. Of course, he was a spiritual mentor for myself. Brother Chette was a friend. He was really more than a friend. He was a great encourager. Being a head coach at a place like Auburn, and Gene and you can attest, it gets lonely. And to have somebody that encourages through those tough times, and he always had that ability to say the right thing, and he always knew, whether you need the encouragement and all that. Brother Chette's, he married my youngest daughter, Kenzie and Charles. Matter of fact, he married him, in his office. And really special, Christy about 3 years ago almost lost her. We went through a really serious medical deal. He helped me through it. I was gone from Auburn, and probably it was about a 21-day deal, and I talked to him 3 or 4 times a day. And that's that friendship and that encouragement that he always had. There's a lot of great memories, hearing Jason and Coach Chiswick talk about the different things, just thinking through the mission trips. You heard Bo talking about the mission trips, that we went 4 or 5 years, Dominican Republic. That was always a real special time. We'd have 20, 25 of our players, we'd go, and we'd serve others. It was a real special time. We would put the phones up and the walls would come down, and Brother Chette, his leadership, it was just amazing. And Derek Brown and Daniel Thomas, I know they're here and they can attest. It was really a special time, and every time we went, it just really, the spiritual leadership, the guys would come back and they would carry it over all season and really made a special bond. And that was a real special time for me and Christy to get to know Brother Chette even on a more personal basis, and our players. Friday night devotions, you heard Jason talk, you heard Coach Chiswick talk, Friday night devotions. I mean, they were as good as it gets. And, Brother Chette would share the gospel, and we would have players saved, and we had coaches saved. I don't know if that happens anywhere else. And that was always some great memories for mine, and I always look forward to that. And then Coach Chiswick would talk about the Thursday Bible studies during Thursday morning, during the season. I'm just telling you, he had the ability to bring the right message at the right time. He could really read exactly what the coaches needed, the encouragement, the inspiration, because like I said, really tough times, he knew how to come through with that. The FCA banquets, not the ones that went 3+ hours, okay? So does anybody remember something? We got better as we went, Brother Chette, his organization skills, that was the only thing that we really had to work on, okay? I think y'all that know him can say that, the first time I was head coach, about 5 minutes before FCA banquet, hey, Brother Chette, what do you need me to do, during the banquet? He said, you're the keynote speaker. I wish you would have told me. So that was a lesson learned. And then if you really think about it, the banquets got a little shorter as we went on with that. About 3 years ago, we got a chance to roast Brother Chette at a church in Opelika. And that's when I figured out that I was not the only one that would be on the phone with him and he wouldn't say bye, all right? He'd just hang up. I know Jason said that, but that's the first time that I really, figured that out. And I want to say this too, everyone that supported Brother Chette and supported FCA, just want to say thank you. I know it meant the world to him and allowed him to do the things that he needed to do to make eternal difference. And I just really want to thank the Auburn administration, Jay Jacobs, Tim Jackson, Dr. Goose. There was times that it was really a challenge as far as to keep FCA going. And I really appreciate, I know he appreciated tremendously for that. And, and just, I'll leave you with this, Brother Chette, he was about the heart of God. He and leading Auburn men and women to that place. And I just say this, Brother Chette, job well done. We're going to miss you.